Hello there! Welcome to this week's flute tip of the week. Slightly different angle today because it's a beautiful day out, but it means that when you have windows that come in from the side, then the lighting just goes haywire. So hopefully it'll still get the job done. This video is going to be quite technical, very happily, and I am very excited to share this one with you, so let's get right to it. When you're working towards faster articulation, you should do metronomic practice for single tonguing, double tonguing, and reverse double tonguing. This will allow you to gain momentum and strength, as well as learn to control various tempos so that you don't have either very slow or very fast. You need to be able to have everything in between. What I always do is I use chromatic scales to be able to get the full range of the flute. Don't always start on the same note and change it for the different tempos based on the circle of fifths. Or once in a while, just to keep my mind going, I'll think of it in terms of scales or whole tone scales and anything like that. But it's really important that you do each metronome marking twice perfectly so that you know that it is stable in your head. So with single tonguing, I always start my metronome at 80. That's a pretty comfortable marking, and also it means that I have something nice and comfortable to begin with. Now, witness the beauty of my Dr. B. So I'm going to do 80 single tonguing with semiquavers, or 16th notes for my fellow North Americans. So 4/16ths to a beat. And then, since I've gotten that right, I'm going to do it at 90, so I just always increase it by 10. Going by my circle of fifths, I will be starting on an A this time. And I'll also do that twice in a row, and I'll just keep on going until I'm absolutely at my limit for speed. Okay, so now we're going to do it with double tonguing. I think it's a pretty good rule of thumb to start with 100. And like the single tonguing, you're just going to do it twice in a row every time and increase it by 10. The most important part of this exercise is the last part, which is where you go back to metronome marking is 100, and now you do reverse double tonguing. So you're going ga da ga da ga da ga da ga instead of da ga da ga da ga da ga da. And the reason why is because you want to make sure that the emphasis is the same on both the da and the ga, because otherwise it can be overly obvious if you're double tonguing passages if all of a sudden you're just playing something like. You want it just to be. And so this is why we do the reverse double tonguing as part of this exercise. Again, we'll be starting at 100, doing it the same, and if you have difficulty being able to maintain gotta, 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 think of the word gotta, like, I gotta get this. I gotta get this right. And then you just do the same thing with the gotta, 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 gotta. I'm gonna put it up a little bit. I'm gonna put this to 120, just so that we're not always at the same tempo in here. Another reason why it's important to practice reverse double tonguing is because when you're doing triple tonguing, for example, instead of only having the option of doing da 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 da, which can be quite jarring for the muscles, you can do composite triple tonguing, which is where you just put an accent on the ga of the beginning of the second group. So that would be da da ga 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 da ga. It just rolls off the tongue a lot easier. So again, that tip was practice articulation at different tempos, doing single tonguing, double tonguing, and then reverse double tonguing, starting from a comfortable metronome mark, increasing by 10 after every 2 chromatic scales until you reach your limit. If you keep doing this every day, you're going to see how much you grow and also how far you're able to push yourself. And it can be really, really gratifying to see the whole development of it all. I hope this tip is really helpful to you. I know that some other wind players watch these as well, so If you're one of the single reed players or double reed players, then I'm sorry if this doesn't help as much. Although I did once manage to get a full double tonguing scale on the saxophone, so that, my friends, is persistence. Always flute happy, and I'll see you next week. I'm a really big Alfred Hitchcock film fanatic, and outside of my apartment is a beautiful view of people's backyards. And for those of you who do know the movie Rear Window, I am able to watch you both on my television and out my window.